questions. How do thieves really steal bikes today, and how the hell did we get here? It's the 1960s. Motorcycles are exploding in popularity, and riders are parking them outside diners, apartments, houses, bars, with barely more than a steering lock, if they even lock them at all. Back then, society was high trust, and most people didn't think someone would just walk off with an entire motorcycle. Early motorcycle thefts were mostly joyrides or petty crimes because bikes were easy targets with no real security. But criminals noticed something. Motorcycles were way easier to steal, move, hide, and dismantle than cars. And by the late 1970s, theft rings realized a stolen bike could be stripped in hours and sold piece by piece, faster than police could trace it. And unlike cars, most parts didn't carry VIN numbers, so once the frame was separated, the evidence disappeared. Now, at first, thieves had to hotwire bikes, which took skill and time. But then they realized, steal smart, not hard. You don't even need to start the bike. Hotwiring was out. New tactics were born. And I'm sorry, Angelina Jolie isn't jumping out of the bushes to hotwire your Honda Shadow, bro. Modern thefts are less cinematic and way more efficient. They're not romantic at all. Then the 1990s hit. Custom culture, street racing, and modified bikes created a massive demand for cheap parts, turning theft into a full-blown industry. Crews were using scouts, vans, grinders, torches, code names, walkie-talkies, face paint, and now it's just social media. Thieves find your bike on TikTok or IG and pull up within minutes. FB is basically a crime forum with boomers yelling. And now with AI crap, it's not looking good. The part, they don't want your bike. They just want your bike in pieces. Now, before we get into this, I know some of you are wondering why I'm not bringing up fork locks. That's because they're the dumbest invention, second only to the
Hercules hook.
Yeah, they don't do If you think they work, tell me in the comments so I can prove you wrong. Now I'm gonna talk about the most popular kinds of anti-theft that people use, not fork locks, okay? Common option number one is disc locks. Disc locks are popular because they're cheap, portable, and fast. You throw one on and feel secure in seconds. Warm, fuzzy feeling, right? In the old diaper area. But is it legit? Thieves realize you don't need the wheels to actually move to even steal a bike. And riders damage their own bikes with disc locks way more than thieves do because they forget them and try to ride off. Oopsie. Now at best, it slows down a dumb thief. That's it. Option two is chains and ground anchors. Chains got popular because bikes are lightweight and portable. A heavy-duty chain attached to something solid stops easy rollaway theft. Now, high-end chains use hardened steel and are legitimately tough. Now, cordless grinders changed everything. Crews cut chains very fast. Most failures weren't even the chain. It's what you lock it to or the lock you use. Weak railings, cheap anchors, or a $19 padlock. That padlock, that's the freaking weakest link. Now, if you're gonna use a chain, don't let it sit on the ground. The concrete becomes an anvil. Keep it off the ground. But honestly, realistically here, do you want to carry that thing everywhere and show up late to your grinder date because you spent 45 minutes finding the perfect pole? Wow, pun fully intended. Your bike is now less convenient than parking a car in Manhattan. Option three, enter technology. GPS trackers and AirTags and fancy satellite laser stuff. Now, trackers blew up because riders realized preventing theft isn't always possible, but maybe recovery is. The problem is that all the thieves know this. They scan for trackers immediately. Cheap apps, Bluetooth scanners, RF detectors. This is basically simple spy tech now that you can get on Amazon. You can hide these trackers in seats, bars, even wheels. They might help recovery, but they don't really prevent the theft. I mean, even if you track the bike, now what? Call the cops? Oh yeah, good luck. Or just go stand up like a real man and get to use your Rex Kwon Do lessons in real life.
Do you think anybody wants a roundhouse kick to the face while I'm wearing these bad boys?
Next up on this list is motorcycle covers. Yes, sounds pretty dumb, right? Bedsheet security. No, but thieves want certainty. A visible bike tells them everything. A cover forces them to commit before knowing if it's even worth it. Like going on a date with someone inside a cardboard box. You want a second date with me? Hit subscribe like it's my The issue is they're annoying, so people stop using them. And a dirty cover can signal the bike hasn't moved in weeks, inviting theft. Now, some covers have lock holes so you can chain through them. Now thieves can't even uncover the bike quickly, but let's be real. Are you gonna throw a cover on your chopper every time you park downtown? Bro, no. You bought the bike to be seen. It's cool. You paid for a nice paint job. So yeah, the cover, it's just inconvenient. And nobody gets to see how cool your bike is. Now what about alarms and immobilizers? Well, modern systems use chipped keys, encrypted ignitions, fuel injection. It's much harder to hotwire, but it also sucked the fun out of motorcycles. So now you need a computer and a PhD to fix wiring issues. The issue is people ignore alarms. I hear one and instantly hate the owner. You do too. Immobilizers don't matter if thieves aren't starting the bike anyway. Now your phone alerts you though, so you can run outside and go John Wick on a group of idiots. Let me know in the comments what your actual plan is if that happens. So what's the truth about these devices? Are any of them even worth your time or money or even using? Well, according to Markets and Grandview Research, billions are spent on vehicle security every year. Every product promises stronger steel, louder alarms, smarter tracking. Over the last few years, motorcycle theft has surged, despite all that spending and most of those bikes that don't even go home. The reality? The best security is not owning a motorcycle. I'm kidding, but that's kind of like off to prevent pregnancy. So what methods actually work? What's the best option here for anti-theft? Are there any? No. There is no one single sword in the stone miraculous option that will prevent your bike from being stolen.
It's been like 500 years. This is your big moment and I'm ruining it.
Because a motorcycle can be picked up and thrown into a van and trafficked by 4 strong dudes. Now, personally, I rarely lock my bike. That's because I'm never more than 10 feet away. We have a very, how do you say it in English? A very codependent relationship. That's toxic as hell. Now, I understand not everyone is in my situation, so if I were to employ anti-theft tactics, personally, here's what I do. And I do some of these. Now, first, I'm not a I just simply don't give a steal it. I'll build another one, whatever. Second, if you determine you're not a total consider the bike you have. Is it a $2,000 Honda Shadow or a $46,000 CVO? No one wants to steal your Honda Shadow, bro. If they do, sucks for them, because they ain't hot on the black market. The parts just don't get you any money. Now, if you've got a super expensive bike, a sport bike, or a fancy new Harley, please be a little more careful. Consider your area. If you're in Compton, don't be. Very easy. Third, start with the free stuff. Park in well-lit areas. Park rear wheel to the wall. Park inside the Circle K bathroom. Wrap your bike in caution tape and pee on it so people know it's yours. Very basic stuff here. Now, finally, if I had to leave it somewhere sketchy, I'd chain the frame to something solid and hide an AirTag. That gives you a little bit of deterrence and some possibility of tracking. Here's the other thing. You need to keep your phone in front of you. If that alarm goes off, alerts you the bike's moving, you better boogie. Call the po-po, grab all your skinny little friends, go outside and beat down whoever's trying to steal your bike. Now, that being said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Now, thieves are faster than ever, and most modern anti-theft devices do not stand much of a chance against a determined criminal. But layering some security and making some changes to the way you store your bike can actually make a difference. Or just stop being a little don't worry about it. Are all anti-theft options garbage? Pretty much. If you think getting your bike stolen sucks, wait till you watch this next video.